The Bank of England has raised interest rates in the UK to up to 4%. It comes as the country battles skyrocketing inflation and faces a possible recession. Meanwhile, the U.S. Fed announced its own interest rate hikes yesterday, raising them a quarter of a percentage point. So for more on this, I want to bring in John Quelch. He is a professor at the University of Miami and dean of the Miami Herbert Business School. Thank you so much for joining us. All right, so let's get into this. The Bank of England just hiked interest rates, a little more aggressive than what the Federal Reserve did here. What does this say about the state of the UK economy?
The UK economy is not in good shape. The IMF has forecast the UK economy to be the weakest of the G7 economies this year. Will actually be posting, according to the IMF forecast, a negative growth of 0.6%. And that's about a 1% negative adjustment from where the IMF was forecasting the UK economy just 3 months ago. Just to calibrate it on one more metric, food price inflation in the UK in January, year on year, was 16.7%. So if U.S. consumers think they've got a problem with food prices at the grocery store, try living in London.
Yeah, that sounds tight. So let's talk about sort of the difference between the way this inflation is sort of being handled here and then in the UK. How do the UK rate hikes and the motivations behind them compare to the ones that we've seen in the U.S.? Because it seems like perhaps the rate hikes in the U.S. are starting to work.
There's more evidence of moderation in the U.S. than in the UK at the moment, and that explains why something like 500,000 workers in the UK went on strike yesterday and marched in the streets across the United Kingdom. The problems in the UK relate to the Brexit that caused difficulty in pricing across the trade line between the UK and the European Union. In addition to that, of course, energy prices have been very tough in the UK because the UK depends heavily on natural gas for energy, and natural gas prices have held up much higher than oil prices following the Ukraine-related spikes. So the situation in the UK is not good. Note, however, that the interest rate in the UK is still at 4%, and the US rate went up to 4.5%. So in a sense, the UK is still playing catch up, and the inflation rate is higher in the UK at the moment. That's got to be brought under control so we can expect more rate hikes in the UK, which will be very bad news for the 2 to 4 million people in the UK who are on variable rate mortgages from month to month.
So, of course, the question that many people here in the U.S. are going to wonder is, how does that impact us? The UK is predicted to be sort of the only major economy that will probably slip into a recession. I hope that doesn't happen. But what sort of impact could that have on the U.S.?
Well, the UK and the US have a very strong trade relationship. Of course, the US is one of the largest, if not the largest, trading partner of the UK. But from the US point of view, that trade relationship is not nearly as important as other trade relationships, such as with China, with all of the imported goods that still come in from China, despite President Trump's best efforts to curtail them. So I don't think it's going to have that big an impact on the US because the interest rate in the UK, as I said, is still behind that of the central bank in the US, and therefore there are no capital outflows that are going to occur from the US to the UK. The UK is still playing catch up in this game.
John Quelch, great talking to you.
Thank you.